Zickerman, and we're back with the Kerbal Space Program, going to Eve. But first we need to test our theory about minerals. Finding them, converting them to fuel. We built a mining thing last time, and today I didn't show building it, but we have a scanning probe here that we are set to deploy. We are going to go and scan Minmus as a test for this system before we head to Gilly, and we will use it from orbit. Alright, so we are going to go to Minmus, and it's nighttime. I would prefer not to launch at night. I don't know that it matters that much for us, especially because during launch we should generate a bunch of electricity. Alright. So let's see if this works. And we are up. Nice stable ascent here. And I'll start turning myself. Maybe should have put more reaction wheels on here. Yep, we're going to flip. We're going to flip. Okay. That is not going to work too well. Actually, we won't need too many. Well, I think maybe what might work is to grab this thing, put some reaction wheels right in there. That'll probably be sufficient for space travel. Then for atmospheric, we'll just put on some of these. Looks like we probably are gonna have to put it there, which is not my preference, but that's okay, since we'll be ditching these. But, you know, I think the reaction wheels probably be alright. Let's wait till dawn again. And I'll try to turn a little less aggressively as well. Alrighty. Still a little top heavy because of our giant cone there. But when we get a bit higher, I don't think it'll matter that much for us. Now we definitely want to be... Nope! Okay, well that is clearly a problem. I mean, maybe we ought to just go with Rockamax parts. Or we can just stay straight. It's less efficient, but well, it'll be okay, I think. Of course, maybe we just want to not thrust as high once we get to the turning point. Yeah, let's bring it back a little bit. We probably have way more thrust to weight ratio than we really need. So we can run the engines a little lower. That way we will not waste a lot of fuel going above terminal velocity. Okay, well, too top heavy for sure. So we'll just take care of that with one of these. And I'm sure this is going to be more than we are going to need. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, huh? Yeah, because that's already 4,000 there. But we will go ahead and pop some on the side as well. I think maybe just one orange tank will do. Bring it down. Okay, we'll bring you here. Oh, come on. Rocket cap, rocket cap, rocket cap. Okay, that joint there might be, I don't know, it might be slightly weak. So I think that should be enough enough power. I'm gonna put these on the main rocket now. Whoops. Save. That should work. At least that's what I'm hoping. Didn't put any launch stabilizers, but turns out we didn't need them. Maybe should have put mainsails here, a skipper in the middle for efficiency's sake. But I think we'll be okay. And the weight in the bottom should hopefully keep us from flipping now. Alright. Whoops, hang on. Up, up. Turn that back on. Wrong button. And because we're not terribly nimble, we'll try something like that. Okay, apoapps. And accelerate here. Should hopefully be widening out the orbit a bit. Okay, we're in space now. So now I'll just wait for the apoapps before we continue so that we can be as efficient as possible. This is close enough since we've got a ways to go. Try to keep that red at 90 degrees. Should be any minute now. Okay, that's probably good enough. We're not circularized, but doesn't matter that much, really. Set our target. And to do this most efficiently, really what you want is a polar orbit. Which might be a little hard to do. Okay, periapps. So I think we want to go here. Okay, that should do it. And we should have enough delta V in this stage to make that happen. So we'll line up maneuver. And we need to go to 26 minutes. Let's warp to next maneuver. And then as we come in, we may be able to go ahead and adjust our trajectory so that we go onto a polar orbit. Because the idea is that as the planet rotates, right, you will scan the entire surface over time if your ship is going north to south. So we have 50 seconds or so to go. It's only a 25-second burn. It'll all be on this stage, so that should be pretty darn accurate. But I do kind of go at lower thrusts sometimes, so let's do it maybe at 30. No, wait. 25, 12, 15. No, we'll do it to 20. That'll be good. That'll give me plenty of time if I want to lower the thrust a little bit to make sure that we're accurate. So we'll do that. Alright, getting there. Okay, let's lower the thrust. Whoops, we went just a hair over. And that makes us miss completely. Okay, retrograde. Should have a little time for this. Yeah, that was... They do not do this very well, I must say. So, turn this off. Let me do this. You really don't want to put too much acceleration on your turn, right? Because then you won't be able to stop. So, it's all about kind of getting yourself a little bit of speed, but making sure that you know how much you have to stop. The auto thing does not do that very well at all. So now we are on it. And then we'll stop. Huh. Well, that's strange. Well, I suppose we're gonna have to eyeball it. Because evidently what I did is not going to work out for us at all. Alright, what is going on here? If we do time acceleration, we miss it. Huh, it's usually not this hard. Probably because we have way too high of a thrust engine for this. Okay, there's something. We can probably work with that. Once we get out there, we'll have a better idea. That's a very tiny window there. "29 seconds. Okay. We're in orbit. And we're doing some crazy stuff here because the planet is so tiny. So now... if I were to, like, go anti-normal, what would that do for me? Alright, orbits. Okay, that is pretty darn close to polar, if I must say. So now what we will do is get to that periapse. Rotate to retrograde. Again, this computer does not know what it's doing. Alright. And we're now in orbit. We are Probably too high for our thingy majig. Must be in a stable polar orbit between 25 kilometers and 300 kilometers. Okay. So we are way too high. And that'll bring us down to... That'll be okay, 267. And back to retrograde if you would. Yeah, the numbers are so low here. It's ridiculous. Time to periapse is 25 minutes. Now I'll give that a try. Okay, so here we go.
Sir?
4.8%. I'm guessing the caps are pretty good. Okay, well that will help us out with figuring out a good location to land our mining vessel. But we shall continue that in the next episode, and we shall see you then.